Welcome to the simpliHOM podcast, where we educate, inspire, and entertain real estate entrepreneurs seeking a casual and practical podcast. We're here to simplify your life and business.
You can find growth anywhere. And as long as you have an open mind and take those opportunities to learn, then you're going to grow from it.
The easiest thing too is just always being in your zone of genius. What you are passionate about and are good at.
The mindset shift is drastic when you're thinking of I am this person as opposed to I want to become or one day I will be is huge.
I feel like a lot of real estate companies have been putting a focus on themselves, basically. Recently, we've been putting it on the agents, and that's when our socials have been doing the best. It's become really personal, and we've gotten a lot more traction. All right. Well, hey, guys.
Hi.
I am not Kyle.
You are not.
I am
I
not.
love that beat, though.
I know.
So good. But hey, guys, I'm Sarah Wiley Armstrong, and I'm going to be leading the podcast today because our leader of the podcast, Kyle, is out sick. So we had to keep
He's
moving.
playing hooky.
Right.
Always.
For
Just wanted a
sure.
nap.
Second
sure.
time in 2 weeks.
A shame.
Blames it on the family.
So then
Right.
we dropped it on Swy like last second.
It's okay. So if you're like, why is she sweating nervously? That's exactly what's happening. I'm sweating
That's
nervously.
why her face is glowing.
Yes.
Just
She's not
breathe.
pregnant.
But I am joined here today by Sean, our fierce leader, our CEO, Sean Mikey, and then
Oh, wow.
just Brett Rakowski. Wow. Okay, sorry. I was practicing how to say his last
She
name correctly,
was
and so
multiple
Rat
times.
just came out. I'm so sorry. It happens, but
Ratkowski.
I know. Well, I said it correctly the second time, so
You did.
it is what it is.
It's okay.
So we
At least you didn't start off a podcast talking about your fun-sized M&Ms that
Yeah.
were normal-sized M&Ms, and you were just too dumb to realize it.
Yeah,
like
that's
me.
a callback. Sean thought fun size M&Ms the other day were smaller, but
He
it's
sure
just the
did.
size of the package. So
Yep.
it'd be like that sometimes.
Carry on.
So this past weekend was Christmas break, and I know this isn't going to come out right after Christmas, obviously. So we're coming off of Christmas. So I just kind of wanted to wrap up the year with New Year's coming up. And so we're going to be touching on just some stuff with how our years went, how we're doing, and how we're going to do next year. And so I just wanted to start off with something fun and light. My favorite thing to do, and I think we did it a couple weeks back, but a high-low buffalo. So from Christmas, I want to hear everyone's high, their low, and a buffalo is just something like random, silly. It could be sad, whatever you want it to be, but just something random that might have happened on your few-day hiatus that we were gone for Christmas.
I'm going to need to go last.
That's okay.
Okay. Just don't copy me. No. My high was giving my grandfather that little puppy that you guys have seen.
Oh, God.
That you all
It was
saw.
The
super cute.
cutest little potato
Little
you've ever seen.
8-week-old Shih Tzu.
It peed everywhere
It sure did.
and whined a lot, but it was cute.
Sean's
Yeah.
upset about the pee when he didn't have to clean it up.
Yeah, it peed on the floor one time, and he didn't even have to clean it up.
Sean acts like he didn't do that as a child.
He probably did.
It's called potty training.
Giving him that, I didn't. I expected. I told you that. I was like, he's going to cry. He held it in. He's like, oh, I was close. But seeing his reaction, seeing how happy he was, and seeing him the next day, bringing the puppy to my parents' house. I'm like,
With big bags under his eyes because he didn't sleep.
yeah. So he first night slept on the couch with the puppy next to him.
Oh, wow.
I would have done
Because
the
my
same thing.
grandmother,
That's commitment.
I told them how we did it. We had the puppy bed, the dog bed at the top of it's tiny. So the dog bed at the top, like chest height on the bed. And then we had the pee-pee pad, but it's got like a little box that holds it in at the bottom of the bed. And that puppy slept through the whole night. Maybe once in the week that we had her did she wake up and have to use the restroom. But
Yeah.
she gets restless.
restroom.
Yeah. She would get
You hear the
restless.
toilet flush at 3 a.m.
She'd get restless and start playing, and I'm like, nope, go take a pee, and then she'd go right back to sleep.
She was cute.
So my grandmother was afraid that my grandfather was going to kill her in sleep, so she made him sleep on the couch. Hopefully it doesn't last long. Luckily for him, he's got like blood flow issues to his feet, so laying flat like that isn't the best for him all the time anyway, so and he's like, he's like, sometimes I sleep really well and sometimes I don't sleep at all. So,
what name did he go with? Because we had this puppy here for a week with no name, and I just called it something new every single time I saw it.
Okay. So my grandfather had a puppy or another Shih Tzu years ago named Gizmo.
Oh my gosh, did he go with the same
Yep.
name?
No, really?
Yeah, he did.
How did Gizmo die?
Old
Just-
age.
Okay.
Old age.
Hopefully they die the same way.
But why would he name it the same thing?
I didn't ask. No questions. That's his name. Her name.
I watched Flubber last night. Throwback. Have you ever seen it?
Yeah.
I was about to say, if you have not seen it, uncultured.
And there's the little yellow robot named Weebo, and then they rebuild the daughter named Weebet. Gizmo.
Super cute.
Yep. So went with the same name. Alone. This is going to be super random. It's not going to be a buffalo. I'll have to figure that out. But the low was family tradition of like the last 10 years is I play quote unquote Santa and give out the gifts every Christmas
Do you
morning.
dress up?
No. Hell no.
Oh no!
Oh,
I got time for that.
Your brother got to play
He's
Santa.
too
No. No. All next year, I told my wife, I'm like, I'm done. I'm done doing it because this is the low. My mom buys 8,000 gifts, and she individually wraps every single one of them.
That's the best way
Shirts,
to do
pants,
Oh
socks,
God!
Okay,
underwear.
that's-
What?
Everything.
it. Each pair separately?
No, like the package. Like if it's a pack of underwear.
But she wraps an individual
Bro.
shirt.
Yes.
I used to
boxes,
get, like,
no. Boxes them. So
God.
imagine a whole living room full of hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of gifts. And then they want to do, one gift at a time.
Oh yeah.
So I let that go.
absolutely.
So the
I-
low was 14 hours of Christmas.
No, we
presents.
started at 11:30 to end till 2:30.
Oh my God.
Stupid. That's
Wow.
the low.
That stresses me out to think going one gift at a time because I'm not good at reactions. And the first time and everyone knows
that's
that.
cute.
I'm like, wow, this is a good gift. I could love it. And I'm just going to be like, oh,
And then
cool.
yeah, and here's the worst. Like there's always like the last gift, right? The last
Save the
one.
best
Is that
for
the
last.
best one?
So always make sure you get
your cameras ready.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I go like the first like hour I'll let it go and I'm one into time. Once I get in an hour, here's 3, here's 4, here's 5.
Yeah.
Buffalo, good one. Because my mom has to wrap. She did a pretty good job. One gift was meant to go to my sister and she wrote my sister-in-law's name on it. It was like a $200 jacket.
Ooh, that's awkward.
Oh, she had to like take it back and give
No,
it.
she just let her have it.
Oh God, that's funny.
That's
I don't know
even
if she
more
knows. I
cringy.
don't know if she knows. So Amanda, if you're watching this, sorry for ruining that for you. Wasn't supposed
But you got the jacket.
But you got the jacket.
So did she get another jacket like that for your sister?
No, I don't know why my mom bought it. It was a puffer jacket. I don't know why my mom bought it for her anyways, because my sister lives in Florida.
I wish I
South
could rock
Florida.
a puffer jacket and I just cannot. I feel like I could.
Well, it's
I would
not
just
a
have to find the
big-
right one.
It's not a big puffy one. It's like a
I want to rock
slimmer one, but yeah.
It's like as a child, I wanted to like broccoli so bad I'd eat it every single way. I want to rock a puffer.
Did you say you wanted broccoli?
As a
She
kid,
wanted to like
I
it.
thought they were so cute little trees. I wanted to eat them.
Oh God.
You gotta put
I
things
didn't
on,
follow
like
along for a
cheese.
second. I was like, wait,
No,
what?
I
You want to
should
rock
have
a
prefaced that little
broccoli?
bit better.
I want a broccoli.
No, but
Highs,
All
lows,
about
and
that.
buffaloes. I think my high was that it was super low key.
Mm-hmm.
Like I didn't have to deal with a whole bunch of chaos of holiday stuff. My low was it was my first year without my grandmother. She passed a couple months ago, so that was just kind of like it's kind of weird. Not like
Yeah.
the same. Like it's been the same for 20 something years of like we all go over to Graham's house and we all hang out, we do this and that. So it was just very different. Not necessarily a bad different, but just different. And a buffalo. Oh my God. So I bought this, coffee table that's an aquarium. And so Christmas
you
Eve,
actually purchased it.
yeah,
yes.
it's fire. And
Yes.
so Christmas Eve,
Still hasn't got fish.
no, we got fish. Christmas
you
Eve,
find-
yeah.
Oh, all right.
And so I have learned a lot about fish in the last week and aquariums and aquarium heaters and the type of food. I didn't realize that the fish ate salmon flakes. Who knew? So it's been interesting. We got 4 gouramis, 2 neon blue gouramis and 2 powder blue gouramis. And then we're going back this Friday to get mollies. So then we'll get 4
Whoa,
more
what?
fish, little mollies.
Oh, okay.
And then
Make sure they're
the
fish.
next week, the next week, we're going to go back and get 4 other fish, and then we'll be done. So we'll have 12 total fish in
Make
our
sure
little
you don't-
aquarium thing.
Make sure you don't get any that eat each other.
Yeah, they're a little weird.
Yeah.
I don't know. So
Less fish to
the
I had,
dude-
I had a freshwater tank that I was given years ago, and of course, every once in a while fish would die, so you got to put more in.
Yeah.
The guy that sold it to me didn't tell me that this fish would eat all the other fish.
yeah. So the guy that sold us these fish said, "Hey, you only feed them once every other day." And I'm like, that doesn't seem like a lot.
Right. Yeah.
So I bought 3 clumps of this single cell organism plant, which is just the only living plant we had. And I looked last night, all of them were gone. I mean, there were probably 25 different strands of this plant. And I was like, all right, let me look up what these guys are
Every
actually
day.
supposed to eat. And it's like, feed them once to twice a day. I'm
Yeah.
like, well, no kidding. All the plants
It
are
became
gone now.
bottom
They were-
feeders
they
really
were-
fast.
They were hungry.
So now we're going to feed them twice a day.
At least you didn't go with salt water.
Yeah,
man.
that's a nightmare.
my
I don't wanna deal with
gosh. Checking the pH balance, all that stuff.
So anybody listening, if you live in Middle Tennessee and you have a good recommendation for an aquarium cleaning service, let me know, because I will not be doing that on my own.
Grant.
Grant cleans
Grant
aquariums on the
here.
side. Oh, perfect.
Ooh.
I love it.
I
I
will
forgot to
invite
say
you
Grant.
over once a quarter.
Forgot to say Grant is here as well.
Yeah.
On the 1s and 2s, as Kyle would say. So, Grant Brotan, ladies and gentlemen.
So-
Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah. Do you agree once to twice a day? I do once a day.
That's what I do with
Oh,
my
I forgot
fish,
you
too.
have that pond. Isn't yours outside?
Oh my, he likes.
I hope. Well, I guess your pond wouldn't be inside. Sorry about that.
I mean, they have houses with trees. Why not
Yep.
have a house with a pond?
For
True
sure.
that.
They have tree houses.
All right, Swy.
All right.
Buffalo.
Mine, I just had fun. Mine was really low key this year too. So Miller's family, when our sister-in-law started having babies, just to kind of like save all of the hustle and bustle of trying to go back and forth to the houses all day long, they started going on vacation through Christmas. So they'll go stay in a cabin. Miller's
The
parents
best way to
will.
do it.
Yeah, so we'll spend Christmas Eve and Christmas Day with my parents and just hang out at the house. We played games, had some drinks, just ate lots of fun food.
I ate
And
way
then-
too much. That's why I
yes.
wasn't here Monday.
That's why I was wearing a
I-
big sweater.
Facts.
Yeah, frumpy clothes always after the
Facts.
holidays. But it was kind of sad as well. It kind of goes into my low because our brother and sister-in-law, so Jake and Leah, and they have 2 little girls. They're my little nieces. They actually got COVID like a few days before. And so we didn't get to see them on Christmas. And so that was sad. But we'll see them this week. So it's not the end
Hey,
of
you
the
get
world.
post-Christmas Christmas.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It'll be fun. They had actually dropped their gifts off, so we have to give them theirs, but they've already given us ours. And then my buffalo. So my dog, was this on the 23rd? Yes. So my parents' anniversary is on the 23rd. That's why I remember. They were like out just doing their own thing, and our dog, one of them's name is Pringles, and she's a snacker. And my parents put one of those mats down that had treats all in it, and one of those Kongs that has peanut butter, because they will go crazy at a squirrel, not an intruder, a squirrel. So, oh my goodness, she had eaten all of it.
Oh.
She had had some treats that day as well. Like all the dogs got a treat that day, and she stole theirs. It was a whole thing. So all of a
Sounds like my
sudden,
dog
Pringles
Porter.
is laying there acting kind of funny. I'm like, are you okay? Like, she's laying by the door. This dog she loves people. She just wants you to scratch her and hang out with her, laying there. I'm like, are you okay? I go back in our room, come back out. She's still laying like that. And Miller's like, something's wrong with her. She starts walking, and all of a sudden vomits more than I've seen any dog do.
Oh, God.
And I said, oh my goodness. And then she goes and lays by the Christmas tree, and I think she's going to die. For 10 to 15 minutes, laid there on her side, even worse, laid there like a dead dog on her side with her eyes half closed. And I'm just petting her, like, please stay with us.
Please stay with us.
Miller's-
You're going to make it.
Miller's cleaning
Get
up
past
everything
Christmas.
she ejected out of her mouth, and I'm just like petting her, like, And I'm texting my parents like, come home fast. Please get home. And they come home. Within 30 minutes to an hour, she's finally fine. So I think she was in a sugar coma.
That's funny.
She had made herself sick. And so then she was sad the next few days, couldn't have treats because if you eat yourself into that, you're not going to have access to the treats you had before.
You ate them all.
So just a quick one as well with Christmas. You can say your favorite thing you gave or received. I would love to hear it. Sean's like, my wife picked out.
Yeah, I'm like, I have no idea what we gave, but I'm sure we gave something cool. And
you gave time.
I gave time. Yeah, good.
That's a big one.
Good. Thank you, Swag.
Why are you saying it for him?
No,
Stop
thank you.
this.
Thank you.
Well, I felt the panic coming off of him.
No, let him panic. Let him sweat.
Here's the problem. I felt silence. I'm like, let me feel it. What's happening?
No.
So, my...
You can't use that one.
So I didn't. No, I gave time, and I gave resources. I gave money so that my wife could give gifts.
As my wife would say, it's our money anyway.
No, I didn't receive anything. I didn't really receive much. I called my mom, and I was having one of those days, Christmas Eve, where I was just like not feeling. Okay, so Joy, my 7-year-old, was like, "Hey, Daddy, can I go with you?" Because I was gonna get my car washed and put some air in the tires, and then I was gonna go and try to find eggnog, because it was like day before Christmas. I actually enjoy eggnog.
Me too.
Hit the like button if you like it, and if you don't, then just hit it later.
Just comment that you don't like it.
Just let us know you don't like it.
You can hit the dislike button on YouTube. No, so I actually like eggnog, but I'm also really particular, and I will not drink anything that has high fructose corn syrup. And the majority of eggnog on the shelves has high fructose corn syrup unless you buy organic. And so we drive up, and like Kroger's like right there, and it was an absolute zoo. And I was like, no, I'm not doing it. Like, I refuse. So I called my mom, and I was like, hey, if you love me and you want to give me a Christmas gift, I would love some organic eggnog. And she goes, her response was literally, because you don't want to deal with people, or, and I was like, yes.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's why. And so she comes over Christmas Day, and she goes, well, I drove to 3 different grocery stores in 3 different towns, and I called 3 different grocery stores, and nobody had any. And I was like,
you can't make your love conditional like that, Sean.
Or I was like, well, that's fair.
Or she could.
At least she tried.
Not she. You could have made it.
Yeah, no, that's not gonna happen either. So
that feels like a lot of work.
That was my really great
It's
Christmas
really not
gift.
that much work. It's
what goes into eggnog? Have you made it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, see, I like it with alcohol.
He's a baker.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know this about Brett, but Bretty Crocker over here likes
Bretty
to
Crocker.
likes to
good.
make apple pies.
Sure do, and I'm pretty damn good at it.
He is good at it.
Yeah. The hardest part is one, waiting, because when you put alcohol, you want it to like soak up or whatever.
Yeah.
But the hardest part is literally whipping the egg white to make it to put it on top.
I feel like the hardest part is separating the egg from the egg white. Oh, they have those
That's
little
a pain in
separators.
the
Well,
That's
I just use a freaking
a water bottle and you just suck it out.
Suck it out. Yeah. You
Learn
never done
something new every day.
Yeah, you put the little water bottle in the yolk. And
You could probably just buy egg whites.
They're not the same though.
Yeah,
They're not
I've heard
the
they don't
same.
whip the same.
Yeah, they're not the same.
Sean doesn't bake, he wouldn't know.
I mean, it's a good. It's a thought, but unless they're true egg whites.
Yeah.
Tell everyone about your Christmas gift, Brad.
They're not.
Tell them about your gift to yourself.
I got a cutting board that said Bretty Crocker on it for my mom. That's facts though.
Did you really?
For real?
I love that. That makes sense.
My wife got me a day after, 2 days after, brand new truck.
Oh, I didn't know where that was going.
I didn't either. I was like,
2-day after pill? What's that?
No.
Plan C, I guess.
No. She traded in her car and got me a truck. So for everyone knows, she drives a Infiniti QX80.
So she has no car and you have 2?
No, she's driving my car.
Oh.
So I have 2 cars.
Yeah.
She's driving
Double the debt.
Yeah, but in all fairness, I went out and put a deposit down on a IS 500 for her. So
all right.
Does she
okay.
know?
Yeah.
But when it comes time, he's going to get the IS 500 and she'll drive the
bro,
truck.
I can't wait for that car. Can't wait. Yeah, it's that. So what was the question again? Sorry, it was.
What was your favorite thing you gave?
Oh, so
You received some good things. What'd you
yeah,
give?
He gave a car.
He did give himself that, honestly.
No,
Yeah.
he gave her a car.
pretty much,
Well,
yeah.
that too.
I mean, but that was that was like the plan was. So my car is up for lease in like 5 months, 6 months. So the goal was like, I bought her last Christmas. I bought her the QX80, and I was going to get her, and I was going to take that car, and then she was going to get a new car when my car was up. But the car market is insane right now.
It's stupid.
My lease, if I bought it out, it's worth $10,000 more than what I owe. The payoff for the lease, not my payments, but like if I went in and said, "Hey, I want to buy it," it's worth $10,000 more. I'm like,
I used to always see those Mercedes commercials, and they'd walk out in the driveway and have a big bow on it.
I did that last year,
and I never realized that those people actually exist. And then I met you.
Yep, sure.
2 Christmases in a row. So next year, I want
it.
a car for Christmas, Brett.
Right.
Julie, where we at? Yeah, so that was that. Okay, so that was receiving, giving. I was super excited about this. So my little nephew loves to take his plates and throw them when he eats.
Amazing.
So they literally give him food on his little booster seat, little like whatever.
I know what you're talking about.
Because he throws the
called.
plate.
Yes,
Okay,
exactly.
fair.
So I came back from Florida in the end of, I guess, beginning of December, and I got home and I said, I know what our gift to them is. Little suction cup plate. So you put it on, bro. You cannot get these things up. So we bought.
Gift and a curse.
Yep. So we bought a whole like set for him. We said it was for Levi, but obviously it's for my sister and her husband. So
They should make boomerang plates where the kid throws it
And
and
it
it
comes
boomerangs
back.
back and smacks him in the face with their food.
It is.
Amazing.
I like that.
Yeah.
idea.
So that was, I was excited to give that gift. Because I don't know why they don't have it already.
Yeah.
Well, now they do. They're going to be investing in
Oh,
that.
for sure. For
so
sure.
my favorite thing that I gave this year, so I don't know if I mentioned it before. You guys all know. So my best friend got married to my husband's brother, so my brother-in-law. So now
your sister?
So now my best friend is my sister, which is awesome. And so this year for the siblings, since there's so many of us, we just drew names to give gifts to. And she got me and I got her.
You
And then-
would.
Right? Like, what are the odds? And
Somebody
then,
rigged that.
Well, Leah did it for us. She pulled all of our names, and we were like, oh,
That's
yeah,
funny.
that makes it easier.
Oh, for
and
sure.
then her husband, Brandon, got Leah. So all 3 of the sisters, like, we were pretty close-knit, and so we got each other sister rings. So we have this little ring we got. So I got Peyton, Peyton got me, and then her husband got Leah the ring, which me and Peyton planned.
Yeah.
So short story long, we got matching sister rings. And then my favorite thing I was given, which I mean, I guess I give myself because, you know, I'm the working gal at the house right
Oh,
now.
God.
It's our money.
Right? I know Miller will jokingly say that, but
No, my wife's serious.
Yeah, she is.
well, he gave me a Kindle because I'd wanted a Kindle and I love to read, so
Sweet.
I'm like on my 2nd or 3rd book now, and I'm just flying through it.
Since Christmas?
Yeah. Wow. I love to read.
Well, they're short stories, and they have a picture. They have a lot of
Fair
pictures.
enough.
it's just Reddit threads.
Comic books?
But just for that kind of goes into my year review. One of my goals was to read more. And so I guess through the year, I've made it through 12 or 13 books. So that was one of my goals I made this past year. And
That was one of my goals, and I did a great job buying a bunch of new books.
And not
good.
opening.
yeah, so
I
I
would
wanted
get through
to
like the
know.
first 7 pages and then be like, oh,
They're
God.
in between
Something
the book
else.
holders.
Well, I'm not, and I don't mind too. Like, that's my problem with self-help books is it's so much to ingest at one time that I will just read a few pages and put it down, and sometimes never pick it back up if it didn't captivate my brain enough. But I did want to know, like, what are some goals y'all made last year? You don't have to say if you failed them yet or if you met them, because we will talk about that, but just some of the goals you had for 2021, because we're coming up on the new year, and just kind of a year review.
One of mine was growth. I think it's safe to say that we accomplished that pretty well, but
Yeah.
fell short of what my goal was. Personally, I had a goal to be healthier, failed that one miserably. I had a goal to read more, failed that one miserably. I've got a lot of failures from 2021.
That's why they got to be commitments,
Okay,
not goals.
Yeah, facts.
Right?
Do you think you failed them? Because like with the health thing, Sean tried to do 75 hard like 5 times.
3.
3 times.
Felt like 5.
Well, didn't you start a 4th time like a few weeks ago?
Probably.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, you give yourself these big goals that are hard to reach sometimes out in your personal, not really your business. Like with professional, I feel like you're really good at meeting those goals. But I feel like you put those as a priority, and then
I for sure prioritize those. So like back in October, I bought a Ergata, which is a row machine, and I rode a week ago, and that was the 5th time since I bought it.
I rode today at 2K for for your highest time, and I'm dead.
Yeah. Today's workout was tough. At least you're not like my wife, where she bought this like booty machine. It's like a
Ryan.
Yeah, it's like it's really like a leg machine, but it's more so for like glutes and different things. She bought this a year and a half ago and still has not once used it. She bought weights with like dumbbell weights, a whole set. We ended up getting 2 sets because one of them was broken, and they just sent us a whole completely new set. Not once. So at least you're using it.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's hard to say using. I've used it 5 times.
It's more than
I
none.
struggle. Here's where I struggle with it, though. The data cable that runs from the actual pulley machine to the tablet is like hit or miss. And so sometimes I get on it and it's like tracking data perfectly. And then other times I get on it and it's like
Not moving.
not doing anything. Or you like barely pull and it's like, you're going hard. I'm like, what are you doing? No, I'm not doing anything.
I just sat down.
I just sat down. So I struggle with that a little bit. But ultimately, I've been the king of excuses in 2021 when it comes to like my personal health, whether mental, physical, whatever. And so that's something that I have definitely fallen short of. I did really well with reading up until I moved.
And was that what?
I moved in
July or
August 1-ish. And so I was doing pretty well. I was reading like a book a week or so. But then I moved, and then I was like, oh, let me buy this book, buy this book, and buy this book. And I've got a beautiful, they look great in my office, but I haven't really done much with them.
What about you? What are some goals you made this past year?
One was buying a new house, right? Obviously, we moved here. I did a really bad job. Like, I had a really good 2020. Everything, like every aspect of life. And 2021, I kind of made some poor decisions in the businesses, in like what directions and stuff like that really derailed a lot of the stuff. Learning experiences. I'm pretty good at making pretty good decisions, but I let emotional quote unquote burnout because I wasn't clear on goals. So I did a really bad job in 2021 of hitting those. But one of the big things was buying a house. I've never bought a home before.
Yeah.
The last home that we lived in, my wife bought it prior to us getting together. So we moved up here. We knew we loved it, and I mean, we accomplished that. So that was huge for me personally. I mean, 18 to probably 27 had the worst credit ever, right? Worst jobs ever.
The last 7 months I've been trying to get a credit score, so.
That's better than.
I can give you advice on that.
Yeah.
We had this conversation yesterday.
Yep. Luckily, my credit score is the way it is now solely because of my wife, right? Not only because of her adding me to her accounts that are perfect, and then obviously changing the length of credit and stuff like that, but how like strict she is. She's like, I don't give a shit if you pay the minimum, pay something every month. Don't let it get behind.
Yeah.
She was instilled. That's the difference between her mother, who's no longer with us, and my parents. My parents are good with credit now, but growing up, like they didn't teach me that. Her mom instilled that, like, you take a credit card, you pay it. You don't take credit, you don't do anything. Because she grew up with no credit score, a single mother, whatever, right? So it was that was the goal, is like being able to now. I technically didn't purchase the house because it's in her name.
Yeah.
Because she has much better credit.
Hey, but it's y'all's money.
Yeah. See?
Call back.
It's our money. So
I
yeah,
love it.
So that was the biggest thing. It just I have a lot of goals for 2022. Not even goals, commitments that I make, because we've talked about this on a previous. I don't believe in true like goals, more so than, hey, I'm going to commit to this and achieve this.
Yeah. And I think a lot of people run into that too. Like, we'll talk about resolutions later, but people will make all these resolutions, and I don't know, you don't have to start on January 1. I think Sean even posted about that on Instagram the other day. I'm all about that. Like, if you feel guilty about the meal you just ate 2 hours ago, don't just call the day a wash. You can make a better decision at dinner if you feel that.
Yeah, like don't eat.
Credit. Yeah, that's a good way to keep that up. So. But so I guess now we can touch on some failures and some growth. A lot of times these are connected, and it can lead to your mindset shift. So failures, mindset shift, growth. Let's hear it, boys. You want to start us off,
I failed
Sean?
a lot.
And that's good.
But that's always my goal.
Yeah.
Fail fast, fail often.
Yeah, fail fast, fail often for sure. I had a goal coming into this year. I wanted to, truthfully, I think we actually exceeded the first goal. I think we amended goals quite a few times.
You amended them a bunch.
Yeah, I think 300 agents in the company was one of the first goals, and then I changed it to 500, and then I was like, there's no way we won't hit 4, and we missed. We got to 360. But, it was a great push. Everyone worked really hard. We identified some cracks and we've fixed them. We've identified what needs to be corrected to get us to double next year.
Yeah.
And all of those have been fantastic. From a personal standpoint, I've for sure not made any commitments to myself when it comes to the health stuff. And so that's something that definitely has to change. I'm not really getting any younger, and nor am I getting much healthier. I try to make healthy food choices for the most part.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of like exercising. Like that's where I've been dropping the ball really hard. That being said, I have been trying to like swim and stuff like with the kids every now and then.
Yeah.
So that's been good, except for when you hurt. And then I had these like 2 pieces of furniture in my living room because I had ordered this sideboard and then it was broken, so they sent another one. And so they were both sitting there, and so I called Leslie the other day and I was like, hey, can you guys help me like move this out to like storage or something? She's like, yeah, for sure. And then ended up having company come over, and I was like, forget it, I'll just move it myself. It's 260 pounds. And it's one of those things where you go, all right, I still got this. Like I can handle this.
Yikes.
I'm so sore. And that was 4 days ago. 5 days, 4. It was Friday, however many days that is.
He's getting rhabdo in his muscles every time he moves.
It hurts. Right. It hurts. So, so I've had a lot of failures. I don't believe in New Year's resolutions. I think they're a crock. They're not good. I think it's great that people start to think in that direction, but I really wish people would actually commit to it. And at one point in time, I ran some number, the old 80-20 rule, right? And I think I calculated out like all the people that go January 1 and they're like, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this. And then they drop off. If you go like 80-20 and they just drop off throughout the year, at the end of the year, you're down to 1%. And I think it's a really eye-opening statistic of the fact that the 1% does things differently than everybody else. And they stay committed, they stay consistent, they stay disciplined, and that's really the key. And unfortunately, the majority of Americans are going to wash out by February. They'll hit it really hard. They'll be like, I'm doing this, I'm motivated, and then they'll fall into one bad habit, and the rest just is a trickle effect. So I think it's just one of those things you have to wake up every single day and say, I'm going to be better today. And if you fail a day, cool. Don't let that day of failure trickle into weeks of failure or months of failure. Just say, yeah, I sucked today. It's fine. Tomorrow's a new day. And that's where I failed myself in the last 12 months was allowing, like, I would start a habit. I would start going on walks every night. I would do this, I would do that. And then I would be like, oh, it's raining tonight. I don't feel like walking. Forget it. And then that becomes a month of not walking, turns into 3 months, 6 months, whatever. So
yeah, it's funny you say that because this morning, right, I almost let one bad emotional moment this morning so I set my alarm for 4:30. I work out at 5 every morning, 5:15, and woke up at 4:30, was back in bed by 4:40. And then I woke up at like 4:45. I'm like, what am I doing? Why did I get back in bed? Why am I bitching out right now? I have this commitment. I want abs. This is my thing. This is what I've been like. This is my, I guess I say it a goal.
I love it.
In 2022, I will have abs.
You have them. You just can't see them.
Correct. You will be able
Y'all
to
will
see
it
them.
first, guys. He'll be doing a shirtless
Yes,
podcast
sure
whenever
will.
he gets those apps.
Well, and I just like you, I've tried 75 hard. I failed twice, and it was never working out or anything like that. It was always the reading that got me. But I said, okay, this goes to like where you don't believe New Year's resolutions and start January 1, whatever. What I said to myself, or what I thought to myself, because I guess thought, whatever. But in that moment at 4:45, when I have literally 5 minutes to get up and leave my house to get there on time, I said, I want to do 75 hard, which is 2 workouts every day, and I can't even get my own ass up to get to the gym one time.
Yeah.
I'm never going to make it.
Yeah.
So I'm like, all right, it's starting
I
starting
hate
now.
the gym.
Yeah, well, that's why
Sean has 4 memberships, so
this is why
He
I like
hates all
group,
of them.
this is why I like group fitness, because
Me
once
too.
you get there,
Yeah, I don't want that either.
it's
Sean,
So I think I will probably end up doing 75 hard in 2022, and
I
I
think
will
you'll complete
actually
it.
be successful. And I already know it's going to be evening walks and morning rows.
It's fine. It doesn't matter
That's
what
it.
it
Yeah.
is.
One's inside, one's outside. I'm good.
Rowing for 45 minutes is
Yeah, it
tough.
sucks. I also have a exercise bike. Maybe I'll do that.
Yeah, do both.
okay, I was about to say you need to do,
do
like
some
an AMRAP or
push-ups,
Yeah.
something.
do some whatever.
Yeah, but ultimately, like gym environments, I suck at gym.
I don't
environments.
enjoy a gym environment. Because I'm not. I don't think anyone's that self motivated. Just you push harder when there's someone competing with you. We just naturally do, and so I don't enjoy a gym either. I like a group class, and I'm a true extrovert.
I go to
so
the
just
gym and I
love
feel.
people.
Yeah, see,
I'm going to talk about the
But that's not the
competitiveness in a
gym.
minute.
I'm gonna.
Our workout today was at that time it was 10 people, 5 guys, 5 girls, and so it was the whole goal was to have teams, and then of course naturally he split the men and the women. Vasi did, and he's like, all right, guys versus girls, let's go. And I'm super competitive. I'm like, there's no way I'm losing to these women.
Yeah.
Well, the guys in the group did not have the same mindset as me.
Y'all got smoked.
We won the first round. There was two rounds, so it's 18. It was 2 18-minute AMRAPs, and the second one, the guys just died. Like 3 of them, they could barely move. They were
love it.
lowering their weights, and like, okay, listen, like some of them they had just started, so I get it. But I'm too competitive. I don't care. I'm the person.
Guy,
that,
girl, I'm gonna kick your butt.
Yep.
Just
100%.
So I
I'm
died-
picking the person that I know is in better shape than me, and I'm keeping up with that person until the next person. Till
Yeah.
I know.
Brett vomits after every single class he attends.
That's my goal.
I died one time, and Swy killed me.
Oh my. Okay, guys. So during quarantine, Sean's talking, I want to work out more. I want to work out more. And I had started to work out more because cheer was coming up and we were about to go back for our season. And so I do a lot of body weight stuff. And I said, okay, like we can work out together. I'll meet you at the office at 7 a.m. And I get there and I make up a workout and I kept shortening it. And it got to a point where Sean was like, I thought he was going to die.
I thought
was
I
like,
was gonna
I've
die
killed
too.
my boss. Sean's heart rate is at 205. Not
was
a good
rough.
place to be for body weight. And this man's taking walks outside because he can't breathe. I was like, I've killed him. And I finished.
It was rough.
That was me earlier this year.
I finished and like he still had probably 10 minutes to go. And I
Yeah.
just like wiped off. I was like, just do this.
I have lost weight since then.
You weren't even that big then, but I look back at pictures.
Yeah, it was noticeable.
But we were eating out like every single day.
We were Bad Daddy's, Margs, and burgers.
No, I was doing Whole30 at the time, and
Yeah, she was
I
all
was so
disciplined
jealous. Jealousy, envy. I was raging, but
We were at a
Okay.
point, I literally went on Facebook at one point and I was like, I want to do a toast to everybody and all the first responders and all the essential workers out here who are, working through this pandemic.
with the Sean
And,
Snize.
and then I take the shot and Swy goes, you're not going to post that, are you? I was like, yeah. She's
Yeah,
like,
why?
it's 11 a.m. I was like, oh.
So
Right? And I heard the whole video. I was like, this can't be real.
5 o'clock somewhere.
Good news is that is actually one of my almost, I guess we'll call it a victory for the year of 2021 is I have like completely stopped drinking.
That's awesome.
I like do
Not
not
me.
drink.
I will
ever.
only like I don't ever drink unless it's like a social thing, like where we're having a glass of wine,
Even then,
at dinner.
Yeah,
or-
even then, like everyone will order wine or whatever at dinner, and I'm
Sean's
like, no, I'm
DD of
good.
the year.
I'm take some water.
Yeah, Tuesday was a stressful day for me, so I'm like, glass
Yesterday?
of tequila.
Right.
Yesterday?
I just don't enjoy drinking
Tuesday?
by myself.
Monday.
Oh.
Like, by myself, I feel a little like
Yeah. So that was a win for me. And that was actually something that's been really helpful from a mindset perspective
Yeah.
is not waking up and feeling sluggish, not having that like kind of
just that recovery. Even if you don't
gross.
drink a lot, it's so weird as you get older. Just like a glass of wine, you're just like, well, that there's a tinge of something in my head.
Yeah.
I always
Yeah.
work out better the next. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh God.
Because
I'm so competitive
I-
against
so-
myself.
Yeah, I do like working out Saturday mornings because I have that mindset. Like, all right, I'm going to the gym, so I'll still have a couple of drinks. That
Yeah.
I have to eat like shit and drink to really feel like out of place at the gym.
Yeah.
I feel out of place when I pull in the parking lot.
Yeah, fair enough.
I'm like, wow, their outfit's cooler than mine, or wow, their muscles are bigger than mine.
Sean finds it
And
on Amazon, orders it instantly.
Yeah, I don't know what it is about gyms, and I know I'm not the only one. I'm sure there are a bunch of
No,
people that are
I-
listening to
everyone's
this that are
like that.
like,
Yeah.
I hate the gym, and for me, it always feels like, I don't know, like everyone's just like, oh, look at me. Like it's kind of like business networking events. I hate business
Yeah.
networking events because the same thing. Oh, look at me. Look how great I am. Here's my cool fancy business card.
People just
I don't
want to
actually
rub
care what
themselves,
you
yeah.
do. I care what I do, and you're gonna care too, or else I don't like you. It's like that is the gym to me.
Yeah.
LinkedIn, business networking events, and the gym are all the same environment. They all suck.
True that. So our next thing I want to touch on before we run out of time, because we are running out of time. That's okay. I like a good chatty episode.
She
and
said, "Oh,
with-
it's going to be a 30-minute episode."
I know. I
No.
was nervous.
You forget
I was
who's
sweating.
on the mics.
I know. Okay. Well, I know. But I want to.
Brett's the real talker here.
Right.
Hey,
I wanna
Kyle's not
talk
here to tell
about-
stories, so
Don't act like you're not talking for 30 minutes about some. So I want to talk about professional resolutions or goals. I'm not crazy about resolutions either because I feel like it kind of touches in. I think failure is important, but I feel like this culture also tells you like if you fail your resolution, you're a failure and you couldn't make it past a month. Which that's the cool thing about a goal is if you have it, you have a whole year to reach it or however long. Like, I don't know. I just don't think you should just January 1st should be the only way you get to start a new goal.
Yeah, I agree.
So let's just talk about some professional ones. For me personally, I just want to learn more skills, especially as I learn more about marketing, just everything in business. I like knowing a little bit about everyone's job just because for me it's fun to know like a little bit about everything. I like being a jack of all trades and just being able to help in whatever way I can. So I just want to hear some of you guys because y'all have a bigger role here at simpliHOM.
You can go ahead.
gotta go first again.
Okay, I mean I can go. It's fine.
No, I got this.
All right, go.
I got
You
this.
can do this.
You think about it for
No,
a
I
minute.
started to have a brain thing. and I was like, I'm not
there
going to be
hasn't
that
been a
guy.
brain fart yet.
I'm not going to be that guy right now. I'm going
Yeah.
to let Brett
Yeah.
be that guy.
Yeah, so I've thought about this a lot because, like I said, the mistakes that I've made in my personal business have all been decision making when it comes to offers, right? And like I've changed my offer so many times because I felt like the offer that I had wasn't enough, but I also wanted to go into more of the coaching role and made that choice to go that route. And I decided that I absolutely love coaching, but I don't think I can truly like, hey, my profession is coaching real estate agents. I can't be a Tom Ferry.
Yeah.
Kudos to him, right? Like I just can't do it. I like being a service to individuals because that's how I can truly impact their business. So our goal there with Optimized Real Estate is 100 clients by the end of 2022. Right now we're at 25. Right, so we're not going crazy huge. We don't want to be a massive company. Just get back to our roots of what it is that we do, helping real estate agents generate more business. And for simpliHOM, it's to finally hit those goals. Right,
Yeah.
my stepping in as a COO is really to systemize our processes because Sean knows, like as I've come in, things have been put together well, but it's for the moment, not for growth, right? As you grow, it becomes harder to use the systems that were in place. So my goal is to completely every aspect of the business, make it a well-oiled machine, so that when we hit 500, because we hit the 500, 600, 700, it's the same thing every single time, right? It's not complete chaos at times because something broke or something didn't work or whatever, right? Or we have to hire somebody and now it's, oh, well, how do we train them now, right? Little things like that. So yeah, those are the biggest goals, making sure that what Sean's vision is and his goals are what we hit.
Yeah. What about you, Sean?
For sure to double the size of the company again. We had a great year. I mean, we grew from 160 to 360. We grew from 190 million in sales to $1 billion in sales. I mean, it's hard to look at that and go, oh, that was a bad year. But ultimately, I really think that next year, my sole objective, other than my normal vision objective, is to ensure that we're providing significant value to our people and streamlined processes, period. So that all they have to worry about is what they're doing on a daily basis to grow their individual businesses, and that we're handling all their support and everything for them, and done. Beyond that, I want to take the size of the company from 360 to at least 700, hopefully more, and start scaling into the new markets. So, we're in Chattanooga and growing, we're in Huntsville and growing. Sarasota, Florida is probably right around the corner. Knoxville, Tennessee is right around the corner. So really starting to get clarity on where we're going in that, and making sure that we're setting ourselves up for success in each of those new markets. And then I've got some other projects that are being launched kind of simultaneously right now to ensure that we're getting cap tables out so that we're able to offer stock options to agents and employees and all that type of stuff. So 2022 is going to be incredible. It's going to be this year. I look back on this year. I look back on the last 2 years. And it's been crazy going from 20 people in this company to 20 staff members, and going from me and Swy to everybody else, and going from 20 agents to 360 agents. It's been insane. We've had a ton of fun. We've made significant progress. We've made impacts on people's lives. We've done a pretty significant job, but now it's like, I feel like now is when the work is starting, if that makes sense. Like it was almost like these last 3 years have been a preamble, and now we're getting into the rocking and rolling.
It's cool. This past year was our first year fully as simpliHOM, because
because the rebrand was June of 2020.
So it's been cool and awesome. I don't even have words to describe what it's been to be a part of the process and the change and the growth. So I'm excited for 2022 and everything we have in store. We are wrapping up on our time, but make sure you like and subscribe wherever you listen to your podcast, or if you're watching it here, make sure you follow our channel. And we'll see you next week. Bye, guys.
Later.
Hey, guys, it's Swy. Thank you for joining us this week, and we really hope you got some useful information and we made your day a little bit better. If you're interested in joining the movement of realtors getting their time and life back, check us out at joinsimplihome.com on the browser, at simpliHOM on socials, or in the description. See you next week.